Voting is important. Nobody knew that more than Stanley P. Strader. He served 12 years as a city councilman for Indianapolis. His main career was working for Federal Housing of Urban Development, or HUD. Both of these were admirable things. However, people on the south side of Indianapolis don't speak about him for either of those. Instead, they speak of him as a role model, someone who always made time for the children in the neighborhood to show them how to do things the right way. Another thing people spoke about is how he would send children to camp with his own money. In January of 2024, Bethel Park in Indianapolis was renamed in his honor. One thing that people who knew Strader kept bringing up was voting. He took the time to show them how to register to vote, showed them where to vote, and made sure they knew it was important. How could he not? In 1987, he was the only Republican ever elected to represent the Central Indianapolis District. I don't know how he pulled that off. Actually, I do know how he pulled that off. He completes high school at Crispus Attucks, the first high school for black students in Indianapolis. He attends Lane College, an HBCU in Tennessee. In 1971, he pulled together over 40 black boys and men for an organization in his neighborhood called Watoto Wasimba. I could not find the origins of the name, so please don't ask. They worked to improve their community through cleanup and even helping senior citizens. In 1976, he took a job with the Indianapolis Public Schools, working in human relations. It was during this time that he pushed for more schools to have libraries within them. He was also an early advocate for what we now call STEM because he had a problem with the jobs black youth were being pushed into. He once stated, "Too many young people are in jobs that create more frustration than they do upward mobility. There is a tendency to pull all youth into a certain trade skills areas, such as food service or certain kinds of construction. These jobs are often lower paying or highly competitive. The most dangerous people on the street are the family men who are losing their jobs because of inadequate training. Men have families and homes and children to take care of, and suddenly they cannot."
Stanley Strader, you're a Republican member of the City County Council of Indianapolis. What are some of the major issues facing you?
I would say that probably the same issues that all the council people are involved in, and most of them are bread and butter type issues. The delivery of city services, as Glenn has spoke to. You're talking about unemployment, the delivery of health care, and the whole gamut. I think that is an urban problem in general throughout the country. I don't think Indianapolis is unique in terms of we don't have the same kind of problem that they are faced with in some other cities.
Glenn Howard says there's a problem with unemployment in his area of the city. Is there a problem with unemployment in your side of the city?
Yes, there's a problem with unemployment with black youth, especially black males between the ages 18 and 25 nationally. That's another thing where it is, it's not a unique problem just to Indianapolis.
He ran as a Republican, but the policies he was pushing weren't exactly Republican in nature, at least not if you look at the modern Republican Party. What happened to y'all, man? The Barrington Health Center was founded in 1971 by a group he was part of. It's still there. Even Bethel Park, which was renamed after him, came because he spent several years fighting to get it funded. He was only motivated to run in 1980 because the person who held the seat for 16 years prior had never even come to the neighborhood he lived in, and most didn't even know what he looked like. I guess it goes to show there are, or at least were, very different kinds of black Republicans. Strader constantly pushed to spend money on things many Republicans today wouldn't consider necessary or beneficial, or even might call egregious. Parks, community engagement with blacks, medical clinics in black communities, libraries. My God, he's a madman. He's woke. That's how they would sound.